just traffic is being very unlucky of him. But then again, you can argue that Kampf is just better at dealing with traffic.
Yeah, he's probably making it look easy for a reason, is because he's got the skills. Yeah, it's just one of those things that it's really based on experience. You know how much time you've put in these cars and really race multi-class, and his experience really shows.
As it seems again that every time Cag comes across corners, he gets held up slightly. I'm sure he's thinking that as well in the cockpit, but you notice how he's not dropping back too much. Obviously the pace of Cag keeping him in contention still. His last lap was a 37.8, a very decent lap considering the difficulties he's having. And that was, I think that Camp's got held up slightly coming onto the straight.
Yeah, just a little bit before the straight, but he managed it fairly well, and GT car is able to run, hold their line there. So good, clean. I tell you what, dude, these guys for this long of a race, being able to keep their attention this much, it's really a testament to their experience and driving skill, as we've seen it all here.
I can imagine if it were me sweating away in the cockpit and just tightening it up as the race happened. This happened. I remember the story I told earlier, Malone, when I passed Schumann for that 4th place at Istanbul, and by the end of it, I was so tense. I couldn't let go of the wheel for a minute. Afterwards, I was so tense after it. I could feel myself making mistakes almost, and the fact that these guys have been going hammer and tong now for already half an hour before this last hour is really a testament to how skilled both these drivers are.
Oh, most definitely. And Joe Camp in the pits, coming out of the pits right now. Halverson coming on Sunset Bend right now. Let's see what the gap's going to be as Joe tries to get it back up to race pace. So interesting battle. That's second place for GT.
Yeah, I'm sure that Jimmy Jules was just trying to salvage now, the podium. He was what was looking for almost a, for sure, a win, and that's been the case at many stages of the race for that Northern Light team has just diminished, and they've only got 46 minutes left now to put the hammer down and see what they can do. But those GT cars, Camper will be going to the end now. I'm not sure about Harrison though, so we'll have to keep an eye on that.
Yep, and Klaus really just right behind him, not enough yet to quite make a move. But yeah, this battle continues for the first place here overall.
You notice though, just eking in bit by bit, Klaus is. You see he's closer. Now watch this through turn 1. He will gain slightly through here because he's nearly flat through here. That downforce really happening. You see how much he closed in there, Malone? Both the cars now, so close, but Klaus runs it a bit too wide at turn 2.
Had some P1 lap traffic there. He was able to get out of the way fairly nicely, but yeah, you can see Klaus really using that downforce in the complexes to really try to get caught up.
You also see the downforce will help him in braking as well, because him slowing down the downforce also slowing him down to a certain speed. So he'll be better in braking and better in the fast corners. But you keep seeing, Kag getting on the back of Kemp coming onto the straight, the back straight, and then Kemp would just pull away from him because of the lack of downforce in that car in front of him. What a fantastic drive for these two drivers. I really hope this goes down to the wire, because this is classic endurance racing you get here, where two cars are this close together after, it's now 11 hours and 15 minutes into the race, and they are less than a second apart.
Less than a second apart, battling it out like it's a sprint race, but it's going to turn into a sprint race, as I can imagine, as going through Sunset Bend right now. More lap traffic there, able to navigate, but yeah, it's just amazing to watch, be a part of, and we could see some fireworks here.
So we'll go on board now with that satellite racing AMR. You see him through turn 1, wow! 170 mile an hour through there, Malone, flat. Ridiculous speed through that turn 1. That's just the difference the downforce makes around here. But now watch Camp just walk away in that straight line, and you can imagine being Klaus Camp thinking, oh, what have I got to do to get close to you? And again, the break, and this is where we gain again. Getting a bit loose on exit though. Coming up to some more lap traffic. Pizzo moving to the left and blocking Kempf.
And he gets into Piazzo there. Oh my gosh, issues. Miscommunication there, or maybe the move wasn't quite deliberate there, as Kempf made the wrong decision. Oh, unfortunate as some of the lap traffic gets in the way there.
And my game has crashed again. Fantastic. What a time for this to happen.
And Klaus leading this thing right now for Satellite Racing AMR after the issues there with Tomek Kempf getting into some lap traffic there. Holy cow, folks, as we're going to see what happens now after these guys get settled out. Whether or not the high downforce or low downforce will be able to make a difference here as Tomek Kempf gets back up to race pace, and he's going to be looking to get back ahead of Klaus.
He is going to be absolutely livid at that car there. It pulled across. It didn't look in its mirrors. It pulled across to the left as the prototype came up to it. I think it may have seen Klaus, but not Tomek, and tried to avoid Klaus, but then realised that it's kind of made the wrong move. And as a result, he had to stop. He had to move out of the way, and then Klaus laughs as he goes past. It's all that bad luck that Klaus has been having was just multiplied by 10 for Tomek. Really bad luck.
Yeah, and we see pit lane very busy now as Joe Chiampa is back in the pits now. Not sure what happened there, but he's back in the pits along with a lot of other people. Man, pit lane is busy right now as we got pit crews flying around here. Cars trying to get into their pit lanes. As we just check back in with the leader is Klaus Kag right now after some issues with Tomek Kempf in that Sim Racing AMR, but still running 1-2 here.
Yeah, we're just getting our feed back up again. Apologies, folks, for that. The broadcast tool is still a bit new, so it does sometimes cause crashes, and the game isn't, again, known for its stability. But we're getting back in there now.
After that short commercial break, we're back live with the live racing action here at Sebring 12 Hour. Thanks for joining, everyone. This has been a Grip TV broadcast, bringing you the best action possible as we try to get all the good camera views and follow the action live right here. So thanks for joining, everybody. We don't got too much longer in this thing to go, and it's been a wild one, and I can imagine it's going to be a wild finish. Here is Klaus and Tomek go at it.
And now, for whatever reason, I'm having issues with capture, just to make my life worse as it goes on.
Well, just to keep people updated as we do get the technical difficulties squared away, Halverson is now second place in the GT class due to Joe Chiampa's additional pit stop, unplanned pit stop could have been, but Halverson running second place now. And he is one lap down from the leader, Artur Sakula, in that Sim Racing beautiful car there, the yellow one, who's currently winning some of the paint scheme stuff. So if you saw some paint schemes early on, we're trying to get the feed in now, but I got some beautiful paint schemes out here. As Klaus and Tomek are still battling through some lap traffic there. Tomek trying to get back caught up after his issues early on.
Yeah, feedback up for now. It is on the incorrect capture, but we have to deal with it for the last part of the race. We want to see this. We want to see this last 40 minutes unfold. As Kempf chasing down Kag, we see in the straight line now, just going to be barreling up behind him. Top speed difference is insane. The Tomek Kempf hitting 195 miles an hour in a straight line, Malone, compared to Kag's just under 188 mile an hour.
Unbelievable, and we've been talking about it all race, and there's a reason for it, folks, is because it is unbelievable. The speed that these guys are able to achieve on a track like this is just amazing.
I'll go back and forth with Tomek Kempf now. What can he do here, Malone? I mean, what will be going through his head right now? As you know, he's the one now chasing. He was leading before, now he's got to do all the fighting himself. And What would you be thinking if you were out there yourself in Atomic Camp's shoes?
Well, you know it was issues with lap traffic. You know it wasn't necessarily your fault. You know you got the pace. You know you've been leading so many laps out here. You know what it feels like. So at this point, he just wants to get back out in front. But he's got to be careful here, not to push too hard. He's got some time left. Just got to play it smart. When you get caught up, get passed around. I think if you do see a pass from Kemp, it'll be the last pass, and he'll take it home from there if he can get around and get caught up.
Seeing now on board that he's short shifting, we've seen that before at the start of the race. Do you think that the last stint we're going to see, softs go on, engine turned up all the way, just a sprint? Do you think we're going to see that at the end of the race, Malone?
Well, you never know. I think right now Kemp knows that he's faster than Klaus on the straightaways, and if he can get just caught up getting a little bit of slipstream, I think he's pretty confident he's going to be able to close the gap. We'll just see how it plays out here. Is Klaus Kag, he's probably trying to do everything he can to keep that gap up. He doesn't want to give any slipstream to him. Trying to finish this one out. At this point, these guys are going to run it like a sprint race, because this thing's almost over with, and we're going to have a battle for first place. So stick right here.
Definitely. I mean, that car accelerating to 170 mile an hour through turn 1. I think that's a little bit over the top for speed-wise for these cars. I don't think F1 cars could do that, but obviously that's how it is at the moment, so we won't talk about that too much. Atomic Camp just in the background there lurking in that yellow sim racing PL car. It wasn't look like a double victory for them only a couple of laps ago, but obviously traffic seeing to that as Satellite Racing comes up with traffic of its own at the moment in the form of Daniel Pizzo in that Scuderia GT Italia car.
Yeah, the guys have been pretty good about getting out of the way and everything. It's just a matter of having to deal with it. They're there on the track. The track is only so wide. You got to take a different line through there, and it's just a matter of dealing with it. We've seen throughout the race some of these guys are really good dealing with it, being able to slash their way through, no time loss, and it's been a good experience for some of the guys that have had some trouble trying to get through some of the lap traffic. So I think a gained experience, if anything, taking that away from the race. But really fun to see these guys really being respectful with each other, respecting each other and the track. You got to respect this track, because if you don't, you'll be seeing the wall.
Now, just having a couple of messages in at the moment saying that the last stint for the Satellite Racing team will be just fuel, so no tyres. They're going to run the same tyres, just keep the pit stop down. And also, they've been running zero boost this entire event up until now, so they have that boost on tap if they need it. But
okay, they're going to kick in the nitro boost, you're saying?
all these
final
cars,
end of the race?
yeah, all these cars have an engine boost mode on them to obviously help them overtake and stuff like that. Not like KERS, not like DRS. It's a constant thing. It just turns the engine up, increases fuel consumption. Car gets warmer, so you go a bit faster. And they've not had to use it yet this run. They've been running it on zero boost this entire time, even when Klaus was behind Tomek Kampf. And I think they're saving it right for the end of the race, just in case they have to defend their line.
This is going to be exciting as these guys roll on in here, flip the boost switch, and we're going to see some crazy flames shoot out and try to get some last lap passes here, going for the stretch.
At the moment, Atomic Kampf is starting to fall back a little bit from Klaus Kag. It's all going to come down to the last stop, and who does what with 35 minutes remaining. Last stop can be anywhere from now to the end. It might be it's probably going to be just a splash and dash, as we call it in the business. You come in, splash your fuel at the end and back out again. Very quick stops. And be silent for the end of the races, but we'll see.
And 12 hours into it, the pit crews have got to make sure they got the pit cleaned out. For 12 hours, there's a lot of fluids around. They got to make sure everything's cleaned up, that they have no incidents, have everything in order for this last pit stop. Try to do the best they can. And it's going to be a testament to how good these pit crews are. They've been up for 12 hours too, folks, and they're worn out just as much as the drivers are. And so it'll be a crucial aspect here late in the game.
And obviously, just A reminder that we ourselves have been live for 12.5 hours now. It's 4:04 a.m. here in the United Kingdom, and I'm sure it's starting to get a little bit later over there in the US. Probably not though, because stupid time zone differences. But we've
Well, it's
enjoyed
yeah.
every minute of being live here, so don't take my my observations as complaints by any means.
Oh no, this has been a lot of fun, and it doesn't feel like 12 hours to me. It feels like we've just been hanging out for a couple, just the afternoon, sipping on some lemonades here in beautiful Florida. And yeah, it's 10 p.m. here in Florida. The sun's still trying to make its way down, as it's as we got a really late sunset here, but having some issues. It was really sunny, beautiful early on. Now we see the haze, and it's starting to play a role here with the vision of these drivers.
Just to quickly correct you there, Malone. We're actually at just coming up to 7:30 now track time. So got that
Oh,
there.
it must be. I have to be corrected. I had some issues with the daylight savings time and batteries in my clock, so I may have the wrong time. Doesn't matter. We're already here. We already made it to the event. We were supposed to be here. We made it. So throw that watch out. We're just gonna watch these guys race it around here.
A couple of guys in chat complimenting us on the broadcast. Thank you very much, guys, for being here and watching the broadcast. Still not over yet, so we might still mess up yet. But it's been a pleasure to broadcast such a fantastic race, and just coming to the end now, and hopefully we'll be treated to a photo finish. But we'll have to see what strategy those Sim Racing PL guys have up their sleeves to try and reel in Klaus Kag at the end of the race.
Well, no matter how it ends right now, I'd say it's a victory for all around for everybody involved. Just a really fun time here, and I'm just glad everyone was able to make it on out and see this one happen live. If you're just joining us, or you were only able to see parts of the race, you'll be able to see this content on demand later on as we finish out the broadcast very shortly here, and we'll be able to have that content for you so you can watch it whenever you want. See all the passes and overtakes and all the dynamics of this race, is how it played out here on this beautiful Saturday here at Florida in Sebring International. So just a great day, overall victory for everyone.
And not over yet though, Malone, as we just saw Tomek Kampf come out of Le Mans and get really screwy on the curb, losing about a second there to Klaus Kag on that lap. Really not what he's trying to do at the moment. What we'll likely do when the broadcast ends, or the race ends, is have a couple of drivers come in for interviews, and we'll end it there. But I just want to second what Malone has said, that it's been a fantastic time out here. All the drivers have done really well, brilliant to watch, and like I said, I've said it multiple times, but we've been treated today with brilliant driving. So well done to everyone out there, and regardless of where you came, and I can't wait for the next one. Just see Klaus Kag power sliding out of turn 7, really enjoying, as a man, enjoying his work there at the moment.
Yeah, very much so, and it's just fun to watch these guys take care of business here. And yeah, I suspect we're going to see some play here up front. Also, going through the field here, see some other guys working on trying to make a final run here. We were taking a look at Jerry Daniels in that MJ Racing AMR. And Johan Van Dorn, still waiting for Jerry Daniels to figure out his pit strategy. I believe he's going to have to come in one more time. Not sure how they got that played out, but that'll be definitely something to watch.
Yeah, so we'll run down the top 3 of each class very quickly before we get into this last phase of the race. Klaus Kag, who you're watching now in Satellite Racing AMR car, coming into pit. Okay, we'll leave the schedule for later. And what's going to happen now? What's Kampf going to do? Kamp's going to go around and get okay, split strategy here. This is where it's going to get really interesting.
And we got a lead change there, yep. Okay, so Tomek back up in front here now, and he's used to running up front, so we'll see. That may be a gift there. He might have been worried about trying to make a pass on Klaus, but so Tomek out in front.
We're running the. He might be trying to run the undercut. Getting there quickly, get that fuel in the car and get out again. Here he goes.
Quick
So
pit stop, good pit stop. Those guys were able to get him in and out fast. So see how that plays out. Is Tomek is going to have to pit? You're saying?
yeah, high fives all round there from the Klaus Klag team. Their Satellite Race, and Tomek's gonna have to come round soon and pit. This is what is referred to as an undercut in Formula One anyway. The guy goes out, comes in less fuel, but normally there's a tyre change which makes it so. They're on the same tyres now, so I'm not quite sure how it's going to play out. We're going to have to watch and see. I can't predict this one. It's all about, though, Tomek's in that, but it has to be perfect to stand a chance of getting any nearer to Klaus Klag there.
Yeah, it really does, and this is the time to put it all out there and give it everything you got. As this is, it's getting down to you're only gonna have so many opportunities here, and you got to take full advantage.
Just having reports of an incident, Paul Schumann. I'm not quite sure what happened there. I think it's a bit later, early on than that. We'll have a quick look. We want to get back to the fight at the front. Okay, nothing that I can see. Oh yes, here we go. So Schumann on the straight line. Oh, that was bad by Pizzo there. Having well, basically what
Issues
happened.
with traffic.
It seems that the Pizzo the GT Italia car hit Van Doren. I think it was. I think it was Van Doren. May have been someone else. No, it wasn't. I thought it might have been the Sim Racing PL car, but it wasn't. It was Van Doren, and hit the car. And then they didn't apply the brakes, and the GT Italia car fell onto the track as Schumann was going very slowly, trying to avoid it, literally at tiny miles an hour, and then just ran into the back of Schumann.
Did he almost come to a complete stop trying to avoid that wreck?
Pretty much, but then they still rolled into him. He still ended up getting damage from that. So.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Trying to have some good wreck avoidance there, and sometimes you just can't avoid it at all.
But in that, we actually missed Camp's pit stop, and they are a bit closer. And this is it now. This is a sprint to the line. We have 25 minutes remaining, and both cars turned up to the maximum, I assume now. Every last horsepower eked from those engines, brake disc glowing as we come around Le Mans, and down the straight one more time. Some light starting to go on now as the sun hangs low in the sky.
Yeah, the sun hanging low, and you're starting to get that sheen off the road there. Going to make visibility really tough. See how they navigate that lap traffic.
It's called Sunset Bend for a reason, ladies and gentlemen, so hopefully visibility won't be too bad going down there as the sun comes down. And Kag doing a 39.4, not a too great a lap considering the pace they've been on, but he did have traffic, so we'll see the next lap around how these guys are comparing.
Yeah, and as the sun starts to set, you can see some brilliant colors shine up, some great contrast. One of the greatest looking tracks here is these cars are still going at it. Can't believe it's been this long. These machines have been able to take the toll as Sebring's really trying to beat them up, but they just keep on going.
They're resisting it, and something that we kind of went over, cruised over very quickly is Joe Chiampa pitting again in that Island Racing Lamborghini. I assume there was some sort of penalty or issue with the swap, maybe not enough fuel added, but that's pretty much gifted now second place in Northern Light Racing. There's quite a sizable gap between them and second place car of Alta Secula, but you know, it might still go off, but it looks like second place at the moment for that Northern Light team.
Yeah, Archer Secura, just really impressed the way he's able to keep it out there, keep it clean, keep it on the track. Yeah, running first place, so very impressed.
I think Klaus Klag is starting to stretch that lead again. He's getting out in front. He knows what he's doing. He's out in front. He just kind of stretches it, goes with it. And it's like Howard Downforce is winning the day at the moment. But we aren't done yet, ladies and gentlemen. Not by a long shot. 38-0 from Klaus Klag. 38-1 from Atomic Camp. Slightly slower, but almost identical
and
lap
Klaus
times.
is way wide. Gets it back on the track. Went way wide there. Not sure if it slowed him too much. But yeah, we're going to see who gets lucky now with traffic. Is Klaus going to be able to catch the brakes now? And is Tomac going to get caught up in some traffic? We'll see how it plays out here as the sun starts to set.
Hey, wake
and
up.
as the laps start to wane down. They've done well over 350 laps here, folks. And getting down to it, they're pushing as hard as they can.
Just turning name tags back on there. Apologies, obviously, with the game resetting, I forgot to do that. But we're back now with the name tags, and big traffic now coming through this last part of the course. Collier Curve now. That was a Mosquito getting out of the way, and a fellow car, and now the other target car getting out of the way. So, doing a good job there, target cars, to get out of the way of the lead battle. This is the one to watch, folks. Right at the head of the field, the two prototype cars. As Atomic Camp gets a little bit wide going front of the one. He's done that a couple of times now. Just an effort to try and get that power down as soon as he can. He's lacking downforce compared to Klag, obviously, so he's got to be on that throttle quicker. And I think that Klag is still pulling away.
Yeah, Tomac Kemp in that sim racing AMR, that team have put together. They've led a lot of laps here, and to be behind here, second place this late in the game, you gotta be wondering they're just wanting to get up ahead there. They think they deserve it, and you're gonna see them pushing.
And here it
He's
is.
getting caught up with more lap traffic there.
He was so desperate to get past. He did what we said we shouldn't do. He got right at the back of the car, lost momentum, and lost even more time he would have done before. But I'm sure he's effing and blinding in the cockpit. Like you said, they've led a lot of laps, and to be in second place now is probably heartbreaking. But second place after this grueling challenge of a race is nothing to be scoffed at. Very good performance by these guys, but not over yet. We still have just over 20 minutes left of the race. Anything can happen.
Anything can happen, and that is for sure. As Tomac is getting his dose of bad luck here with the traffic, but you know, you don't want to get in the mindset of, oh no, it's all falling apart. You know, I'm getting bad luck here. You just got to keep plugging away and try to do the best you can here. Like you said, second place is nothing to scoff at here for a 12-hour race. I mean, heck, to just be able to finish here is a real testament to these guys' endurance.
But obviously, me and you, Malone, we're race drivers. We understand what it's like to try and go for that first place and not quite get it. We understand the frustration behind it, and no amount of reassurance will console you there. But we are very impressed with driving.
I sometimes run those 70-minute races in iRacing. I'm sweating by lap 11.
Yeah, these guys have done how many laps now, Malone? Well, how many laps on this particular iteration?
Since the big incident early on, where we had that red flag, these guys have done over 300 laps, 306 laps. So
we can add 100 to that.
Laps in.
Yeah, 400 laps.
Yeah, add about 100 to that, folks, and it just it gives you an idea of how many times these guys have gone over through Sunset, through Turn 1, through some of these tight corners, be able to hit the braking point every time. Just wow, I'm impressed.
And these prototypes are still doing like 138s after that entire time. Fantastic build quality in these AMRs. I mean, even if new cars are introduced, would you wanna switch after that? I don't know. You'll have to talk to the team. But look at this beautiful now orange light bathing the course as the track's coming around. The sunset now in full effect. The light's coming on in some cars. You see the light reflecting off the yellow car very nicely. So you get slightly held up by Camper there, our third place GT runner in the Odin racing car. Down the straight again, using all the speed in the straight line.
Yeah, you see that real nice burnt orange. Reminds me of the burned up red hot rotors as they're hitting on the brakes hard there. And man, it's just great to see these colors come in. I wonder if these guys. Well, I wonder how this is going to affect Klaus here running out. I know this is open cockpit cars, gives them some extra vision. But yeah, really interesting to see as the sun sets here, and these guys are still battling it out.
I think that Keg got slightly held up maybe by Jan Molbeck in that first sector there, but doesn't seem to have impacted him too much, as the car's still about two seconds apart. I don't know, Malone. This is gonna. This is still too close to call at this point. 17 minutes remaining.
Well, Kemp's just got to get it together here. I think Kemp definitely has the speed. He's got to time out the traffic a little bit better. I think he's going to be definitely gaining on the straightaways. Let's see if he tries to catch any draft from any any passing P1 cars or whatnot. Try to maximize anything he can in the straights. As he's really try to get early on the throttle there.
Again, catching that car in the wrong place. He's getting all the bad traffic now. It's his turn now.
Yeah, he sure is. Oh, and I thought that GT car was going to go around there, but both of them safely through.
And this time now, where he's just losing tenths per second to Kag. Now this is where it's very easy for it to get to him, and he's needs to just stay cool, stay collected. There's still time left in this race.
Klaus with probably a pretty big smile on his face. He doesn't want to get too proud here, as Tomek Kempf. Any type of mistake that Klaus makes, he'll be right there.
Jay Eklund in the battered Sim HQ Ferrari. It's being overtaken again there. As it's very suddenly become dark here at Sebring. Sun's gone down now, and lights are on. Sky can't make up its mind, it seems.
Now, look for those track temperatures to drop. Running kind of cool right now, so hopefully the temperatures won't come into effect here. And these guys really got to be careful now be very mindful of other cars on track, as it's getting very hard to see, and you don't want to get in any contact here late in the race and not be able to finish. You've gone this far, you really don't want to have any big issues as you just try to bring it home in one piece.
And here is our current first place driver, Klaus Kag. There's a 37.9 in the last lap, very impressive time to the 38.4 of Tomek Kemp, so another half a second put over the Sim Racing PL car. And racing still.
Yeah, it really is. And just kind of looking at the GT leader, Artur Sequoia, he's running some really good laps out there, proving that he belongs out in front in the Sim Racing team there. So, even though that Tomek Kemp may not be able to get it done, Artur's right there showing what he can do.
Well, yes, so Sequoia's just got a lap. It's lapped actually Jimmy Jules Halverson, so he's got a lap in hand, and that Northern Light team just needs to bring the car home now.
Yeah, just get it home. But Tomek wants to make Sim Racing 1-1 here finish, as he's still working on Klaus in the waning minutes. But he don't got too much time left here, folks.
No, under quarter of an hour left
make
now.
A run.
14 minutes remaining of this 12-hour race. And the cars, first and second, there they are. No space between them at all. Both on fast laps at the moment, it seems. Tomek Kemp gaining a second there on that lap. Klaus must have had some bad traffic.
Yeah, and it all depends on your final stage strategy here. It seems like Klaus, that satellite racing team, really able to time everything just right, get the setup just right for the end of the race, the most important part. I know we did see Kemp leading a lot of laps out here, but you know, it really only matters what you can do at the end, as we've seen Klaus just really tear it up here in the final stages.
Anywhere there's a straight line, we're seeing Kemp get, 5-6 more mile an hour out of the car, but then as soon as we get to the corners, Keg's, straight out through them again. It's that ultimate, corner versus straight line speed competition now to see one of the other sim race PL cars. It'd be interesting to see if they get out of the way. I'm sure they will do. I think he got held up there.
See, Kemp's getting held up by traffic, yep, and the tables have definitely turned on the traffic situation, as we see Klaus just getting by everybody cleanly now. Wow, amazing how that works.
Yeah, he's not going to be happy with that at all. That's his sister car. They're expected to get out of the way, and just not doing so today. As we cross the line now with 12 minutes remaining. Ignore the bit that the timer at the top, that's slightly broken. I'm not sure if you can make a time out of that. I'm impressed. But just 12 minutes exactly now remaining, as Kai comes up on a gaggle of that traffic here. This is going to hurt him a little bit. Finally, a little bit of luck for Kemp.
That's second place Halverson trying to get out of the way there to let those P1 cars through.
And now Kemp's got to put up with both of them coming down to turn 7. Will we see him dive past? We do. Doesn't take any chances now. There's no pulled punches now.
Just to note, you don't have to go to it, but Artur Sakula is in the pits, leader of the GT series. So we're going to see if Halverson can get around quick enough.
I think it's going to be a splash and dash for Malone. Yeah, he's already moving again. Just making sure he's got enough to finish the race. He's got a big gap behind him, so just safe coming in, but a little bit more fuel in, just to make sure you get over the line.
Yep, just to make sure you can finish this one out. Kemp really seems like he might be trying to overdrive the car just a little bit, getting loose every here and there, doing everything he can to try to make a run, because he knows he's faster in the straightaways. So he's got to work on his get a good early run out of some of these straights.
It's not even about that at the moment. It's just about being smooth. I mean, if the cars aren't already turned up, they will be now. And if I were in that number 25 machine, I would be all the dials set to 11, hoping that I can just get that a little bit closer. Use my slipstream. If it gets anywhere near the slipstream of Kag, then Kag's in trouble.
Yeah, I agree, and that's one of the things that Klaus has to be weary about. Is you see the gap now, but once that slipstream's in effect, it's going to close extremely quick, and you're going to might see quite a bit of defensive driving. We haven't seen it quite yet, but anybody trying to take the inside in the sunset. I haven't seen anybody quite defend there quite yet, but we may see it near the end here.
Now, I wouldn't put it past that sim racing car to be able to do 200 mile an hour gearing as the GT car goes off to the left. That's who was out there? Sorry, that was the Fun to Race R8, but we won't focus on them right now. We'll focus on the battle for first place overall, and Paul Schumann in the middle of that. Hopefully, be able to get through here quick enough not to be able to get in the way. And this is where he might get a little bit of a tow coming up the straight. And interesting how Camp chooses not to use it. Extra speed would have really helped out.
Yeah, maybe for safety concerns there. Don't want to be weaving back and forth too much, as he's just kind of focusing on the car in front of him.
Maybe it's the engine. Maybe he's already running hot already, doesn't want to get behind and disrupt the airflow. As visually closer now is Tomek Kampf.
Yeah, definitely now. Lots of traffic there that last lap. Quite adventurous, I'd say, as they're all bundled up here.
Look how
now.
close they are now. This is going to be it. This is going to be it.
Carrera in the way, has to punt him out of the way. As oh my gosh,
Just trying to get through, not on by the prototypes, but the battle resumes. Look at the straight line speed of Camp as he comes up. Look at the inside. Camp defends. Oh my god, this is going to be a fantastic finale, folks. We're in for a treat with 8 minutes remaining. That's about 4 or 5 laps left, guys.
well, Klaus gets into that GT car, says, "Get out of my way. If you don't, I'll just knock you out of the way." And he just went on just kept going there. Klaus is he wasn't going to put up with any of that.
And then Camp tried to, follow Cag through
Capitalize,
almost,
yeah.
and then just bumped into the back of them. And that poor Carrera, that was a target car, got shoved off to the right. So that'll be dealt with after the race. But right now we're focusing on the battle, and it really is starting to heat up. And I think that he might be close enough if he can just get through here quickly, Camp, to get in that slipstream and really make an impression. On
See how aggressive he is here, starting off here with the first time working with the slipstream here.
Here we go, we're going to go on board. He's a bit too far back to do much, but we'll see him just rocket up to the back of him. He's got a bit of a slipstream. Look at that difference in speed. That car is getting visually bigger. But
Watch
now,
for that GT on exit.
and now watch Cag just pull away, and he has to wait. Must seem like an eternity to get on the throttle again. Oh my
Yeah,
word,
Klaus definitely faster out there through exit, able to keep somewhat of a gap there, but
a lot more
coming
GT
through
traffic.
here, hitting in the wrong spot for Klaus. He's getting it and weaving back and forth. It looks like, oh man, lucky to not get too involved there.
Just manages to get through, as again hitting that back slipstream, getting a bit more speed in the straight line. We'll see it up here as well. Fireworks going off in the last 6 minutes. We know it's near the end. Everyone does now. Everyone's edge of their seat for this action between the first and second place prototype leader for the win of the Sebring 12 Hours. Who's it going to be? Stay with us and find out. We've only got 6 minutes to find out.
6 minutes to go, and we're going to see if Kemp been leading a lot of laps out here. Going to try to make another run at it, as they're going to be heading through some of the straightaways here at Sebring, which offer a great opportunity to make a move there going into Sunset Bend, as we see these guys really giving it their all here in the final minutes.
That's a GT car off, and it comes back on. Oh, it's his teammate, and he's slowed him down so much.
As you got to try to avoid that, as he's going to try to make another run at it. That's what we keep saying again and again, is the speed difference with these different classes of cars. It makes for very complex turns, as these guys totally take it differently. But it's something to watch out for, especially now that the sun's fallen. It's nighttime, the end of the race. These guys are totally stressed out, and you're going to see some fireworks either in the sky or on the track here.
There are going to be some very harsh words between the prototype and the GT team, I can tell you that already. Lamborghini getting loose and then just coming right back onto the path of Tomek Camp, and he's lost over half a second there. And that might be it, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, that could be, as it's the story of the race. You gotta be weary of the other cars on track. You can't get caught up too much. You gotta hold your line. You can't get loose. It's just unfortunate to see it for the timing.
And looking at my track map right now, it's they're pretty much a sector between themselves and the next traffic. Both cars on very fast first sectors at the moment. Neither want to give up this hunt for first, obviously, as we come down now with just over 4.5 minutes remaining.
Well, if they can get some clean track here, Kemp may use this opportunity to try to get caught back up if they got some clean track ahead of them.
See, I don't think that plays into the role. I think that Kag is actually faster over a single lap, and they need the traffic. Kemp needs traffic to pull back in. We'll see in the straight line now as they shoot back up to speed again that Kemp will just start pulling up behind. They're already going faster than Kag in the straight line right now. As you see then again, Cactus getting the better run through sunset, and then up to turn 1 again. It's just a rubber band effect for the whole course. Fantastic driving by both drivers, riveting to watch.
Yeah, and it's good to see different styles of driving up front, fighting it out. Just goes to show that you know, you don't really have to copy someone else's style. You just form your own style, and if it works for you, you go with it. And that's what we've seen here tonight.
Everything's turned up to max, ladies and gentlemen. Everything is where at 11, just trying to eke that extra bit of speed out the cars, and it all comes down to this.
It really does. I mean, this is what you work so hard for. You put in all that practice, not only all the laps you put in today, but the weeks before the race, you know, putting in the seat time, putting in the laps, and just all comes down to this last stretch. See if you can pull everything out of the car you can, and try to put on a good show here. Kempf is really fighting hard to get caught back up. More GT traffic.
There it is, traffic. Where's it gonna come for Cag? That's the thing. Is it gonna slow him or is it gonna slow up Kempf? It's gonna slow up Kempf.
Yep, and getting the wrong end of that again as Klaus off and away.
It seems that the person chasing always seems to have the worst luck here, especially with lap traffic. There is a gaggle of cars coming up though, so this could play into the hands of Kempf if he can just get a little bit closer. I'm not sure what's going to happen though. Look at this, they're going to come across them right in a difficult position as well.
Yeah, that's right.
And
They're going to have to
find
really
them first.
be careful. Klaus probably getting a little bit slowed up there.
But now this is where it's going to go wrong for Kemp, I think, coming down into just weaving through all the traffic. Look at that! And like that, just right back onto the back of Kag once again.
Yep, and he's going to try to make another run at it. He's going to be in slipstream mode here coming up, as I do see we're getting down to it, the final minutes.
There is some traffic up ahead that I think they will catch before the end of the race. So this is going to be decisive as they come through Tower Turn again. Kemp's getting wide, losing a bit of time to Kag in front of him. He's going to be kicking himself. They're trying too hard, I think, now. As I think we all would be. Again, a bit too far behind to make any sort of overtaking attempt. He needs to be closer for this corner. This is where he is faster, but he just can't get close enough.
Going to be hitting this GT right in the sunset here. Could get interesting. That's Piazzo.
Kag's through. Oh, Kemp throwing it up the inside, just not waiting at all. He needs to do this now. I think this is going to be the last lap, guys. 39 minutes remaining, so this is the last lap, I think, now. And Derrickson staying well out of it, as he needs to.
White flag here at Sebring, 12 hour. Can it be done as Kempf is off?
Doesn't care, keeping his foot firmly in it. They may catch traffic point this lap. It's going to be tight.
At this point, Klaus is just watching his rearview mirror, I think, more than the track, and he's got to be careful he doesn't get caught looking at it too much, as he just got to focus on the road in front of him. He's going to have to deal with some traffic here, and he's just going to wants to bring this one home. But Kemp's got totally different ideas.
So that's time, ladies and gentlemen. This is the last lap. We've elapsed to 12 hours. This is it. This is the last lap. And here's the traffic ahead. We'll go on board with Kemp for that last attempt. It's Corliss. They're going to get
Corliss
past.
trying to get out of the way.
Here it is.
Has to weave through.
Oh, the car's just weaving out of the way. And again, Lamborghini. No, it's not going to be enough, I don't think.
Is it going to be enough? Can Kemp make a run here?
I don't think it is. I think he's too far behind.
May not have it enough here. Wow.
Lamborghini again, ruining it for him. Last corner coming through sunset. And it's like Klaus just holds off. Floric Kemp comes across the line, take the win. I'm sure he's ecstatic at that. Fantastic effort from both drivers. Atomic Kempf, I'm sure, disheartened to come second, but still fantastic racing from both of them. Just couldn't quite get on the back. And after 12 hours of racing, they finished less than a second apart, ladies and gentlemen. Less than a second. How ridiculous is that? Fantastic drive. Paul Schumann will come across the line now, take third place. Jerry Daniels fourth. Van Doren fifth. Mesquita sixth. And Benatti will be in seventh place. GT car still going around.